Bearer seat list.
In 2014, Dark Souls 2 came out, and people are still mad about it. Well, what you're seeing right now is footage from over a decade ago. It can now look like this, and it's going to look even better very, very soon. Welcome to the Dark Souls 2 Lighting Mod. Both mods are free on PC, and they take this game to new heights. While I show you how much better this is, let me give you a breakdown of the past. In 2015 to 2016, we entered the Scholar of the First Sin era. This was the new definitive edition, with lots of changes to enemy placement and density. The early game difficulty was supposed to be smoothed out, and to this end, areas were gated off with new petrified statues. The game went from having 6 statues in total to 17. This re-release did not unify the community the way From Software may have hoped. One group of players felt that Scholar of the First Sin was the version it should have been from the start. However, some players felt that it made the worst parts even worse. A common complaint at the time was that enemy density was increased instead of reduced, familiar pathways were disrupted in frustrating ways, and ultimately some complaints were resolved while others weren't. Complaints about ganks became framed as failures of encounter design, things like adaptability were criticized as poor communication, and difficulty spikes were treated as violations of fairness. If people didn't like the friction they found within Dark Souls 2, it was now acceptable to dismiss it as bad Souls design. Bad hitboxes, too many enemies, disconnected world. How often do you hear this said about Dark Souls 2? And what I'm trying to get across is that this all really just stems from different expectations of what a Souls game should be. These arguments could genuinely be discussed forever, and they are quite interesting. I'll put a few of them on screen. The Dark Souls 1 philosophy included exploration and map coherence, dueling enemies, environmental storytelling, and consistent combat rules. The Dark Souls 2 philosophy pushed a bit more towards RPG depth, endurance and resource management, and experimentation with mechanics. Players who enjoy the second often see it as the most mechanically interesting Souls game. I kinda hope that you give it a chance if you've ignored it so far just because of what people say. A reason to give it a try is the lighting mods. These are now publicly available and they're incredible. All thanks to the people who work on stuff like this, it breathes new life into older titles and it's ridiculously impressive. Just playing through the game again and seeing these areas properly lit up, but also dark when it needs to be, took me back to the original Dark Souls 2 trailers. If you were around then, you know exactly what I mean. And talking to the mod developer was exciting because he's currently working on an even more advanced version with full path tracing. This would mean lighting will be completely reworked from the ground up. We're talking accurate shadows from all directions, natural bounce lights, realistic lighting from torches, much less reliance on artificial fake light. Light will be based on actual physics. As far as I know, this is super rare in modding, so we're very lucky. Imagine how good Drangleic will look with light affecting the scene based on real geometry and materials rather than baked lighting and shaders. Alright, I decided to play through No Man's Wharf today. Thought it would be a great area to test the new lighting. This is a seaport with undead pirates, but crucially it also makes a lot of use of torch and fire features. Also, the boss fight at the end is like a flooded room with light coming in from above, playing on the water. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Things to watch out for are the pirates who've been forced into hard labor. Let's continue lighting up the area. We take a look at this level actually, before I've lit it up, you can see pretty much nothing. The light on the reflected surface here is pretty cool looking. So yeah, some of the shallow water you can walk in, just nothing too deep. I've always thought this area is quite nice in terms of atmosphere. If you look at the water reflections, the wooden walkways, wooden ships, sunken pirate ships, kind of cool. The pirates, from what I remember, have really good poise. It's really hard to stagger them. Wow, I kind of got lucky with that parry. This guy, if I remember correctly, he's friendly, right? Is he passive? So yeah, we'll keep him for now. He can kind of help us out. Oh. Okay. Another pirate. So you can actually walk on some of these broken ships. Some of these ships have been like repurposed into rooms. Or into buildings, I should say. Aha. And here is Lucatiel. Now I have done the pursuer skip on this playthrough, so she should give me something, I think, right?
Ah, yes. I have not thanked you for humoring me the other day. This is for you.
Yeah, there you go. So she wouldn't give me that human effigy if I hadn't spoken to her already at the Lost Bastille. Okay, no, back. I'm not going this way anymore. Oh. My buddy's sort of getting in the way there. This area is kind of intentionally, I feel like it represents the whole of Dark Souls 2 quite well. You light up a little zone at a time, and you kind of have to go through very methodically, taking your time. Oh, you see that? I think I've just been coated with oil. Unless that missed, I couldn't quite tell. So yeah, there's an archer there with fire arrows, and there was another pirate who threw his oil urn at me. And those two don't mix well. Okay, so here's the Dark Dweller. As you can see, they are terrified of light, and they will run away. If I back them into a corner though, it doesn't end well for me. Okay, so this is sort of the central focus point of this area. It's a Pharos Lockstone contraption in the ground, and I do have one, so we will insert it now. And this area should look very different in a few seconds. Okay, I'm getting shot in the back again. Oh, I can't see it from this angle. Hold on. Let me walk up here and we can take a look at this giant lantern. Yes. Yes, this is a super unique feature in a Dark Souls 2 level. It's basically the whole point of the level. All the enemies will react completely different to me now that the light, that big lantern, is lit. And the Dark Dwellers, or the Dark Lurkers specifically, those beasts up here, will all be cowering away from the light. Oh wow, look how good that looks. I love the haze. The mod developer did a great job adding in kind of fog and haze into the levels. It helps so much put everything together. Oh, actually, I think they're scared of my buddy with a torch too, so this is just a win-win situation for me right now. There is actually only one bonfire in this whole level, and that's right back at the start, down there where we came from. There is, I don't know if you can see that here. Yeah, if you look across, back here where we've already lit up, there's like a big drawbridge that's currently raised up right now. You can kick that down once I get to that side and create a shortcut back to the bonfire. So that really helps with boss runs. That shortcut also didn't exist in the original vanilla version of Dark Souls 2. So that is a new Scholar of the First Sin quality of life upgrade, I suppose. Yeah, so they eventually do attack, as you can see, when you corner them. I knew it, I knew it. I knew it was one of these walls. Oh, you can backstab them. Okay, I tried earlier and I missed. I guess you're gonna have to be close for it. Woo! That was close. I've honestly forgotten how you're supposed to counter the arrow traps. I guess I just need a better shield for it. Look at this. Just the atmospheric haze and the shadows. It's so cool seeing this place lit up. Alright, so here we are at the bell. You can actually shoot this bell with arrows. I don't think spells count, do they? Don't think so, but anyway. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could have shot this bell from earlier in the level. I think from down there you might be able to, I'm not sure, but anyway. We'll pull it now, and this will call over that ship over there. This level, thematically, I'm telling you, it is so interesting. You can hear the bells ringing. as the ghost ship comes into port. Look at the shadows. Wow. Wait, this is so cool. The people who work on mods like this, how do you do it? This is wizardry. We can take a closer look at it now. I don't know where my torch buddy went, by the way. Okay, let's continue on down. Oh, yeah. I was waiting for these guys. So here are the assassins. Yeah, these guys are tricky. You see them, well, you don't see them. They're hiding in the shadows. Like 99% sure they weren't in the vanilla Dark Souls 2 version either. So they specifically make the end part of this level pretty hard. All right, before I die, let's quickly go and tag the shortcut. Get this down while I can. Perfect. So cool. Yeah, so this shortcut didn't exist until Scholar of the First Sin, but it makes a huge difference. All right, but look. Now I've come from the bonfire. Look how different this whole zone looks. We've got the ghost ship that's come into port there. Nicely lit up in turquoise with warm torches and a big lantern up there. It's so cool. This looks amazing. Like, it looks so different from how it did at the start. And here we are. The pirate ghost ship. This is the gangplank, right? No, wait. Oh my goodness, where do they keep coming from? Oh, I got one of their swords. Varangian sword, okay. So we have a pirate cutlass. Wow, is that something wrong with the mod, or is it supposed to look like that? We got blue flame torches right now. The fog door reflected in the water. I'm almost certain that didn't happen in the original game, but I could be wrong. Obviously, I can't take too long, because the trick with this boss fight is the longer you take, the higher the water rises, which can be an issue. Oh, this looks nice. The light's coming in from the grills up there. I might actually change weapon. Where's my... Yeah, I actually have a fire longsword +5, and I'm pretty sure this boss is weak to fire. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. Ow. Alright, the water's very high now, it's up to my waist. I can't remember how high it gets, to be honest. It's getting hard to move. It's getting hard to move. Oh no. Oh, that was close. If he went into another attack cycle there, I might have died. I kind of risked it. Wow. The light areas are light, sure, but the dark areas are actually dark. How they were originally sold in the trailers, if anyone remembers. This is the pyromancy glove, right? Nice. Time to set sail, me landlubbers. I be off. New places to be.